So once again, I'm going to slowly step by step break down how to identify a entry. Okay, so for this example, we're going to go ahead and use a long trade example. Okay, and particularly when we're trading the crypto and the stock market, long trade examples, I like to play either a resistance above me. Okay, I can wait for that area of resistance, and I like to play what's called break and retest. So I can wait for an area of resistance above me to be broken and turned into support. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the area of resistance. That's gonna be an area created by sellers to be broken. Okay, because price can't just keep rejecting at an area of resistance forever. Okay, one day it has to break. It's gonna get fed up and break. Okay, so it's gonna push past, it's gonna push forward. Okay, just like we gotta do in real life. We're hitting hard times, we keep falling down, we break through. You know what I'm saying? We break through, we push forward. So that area of resistance then has an opportunity and a chance, it's not gonna do it every time, but it has a chance to turn into support. Okay, and once it does that, okay, however high up it went from the original resistance breakout level would be your take profit. So if price decided to stop up here, okay, from the first breakout, then this would be your take profit. So if price turned the original, okay, resistance entry into support, you'd be like, okay, well, how high up do I take up to? You take it up to the resistance area of the original breakout. Let's go over an example right now. Okay, so going over the daily time frame, this is going to be the time frame I'm always going to start off with. Okay, whether I'm on crypto, forex, options, futures, I don't care. We're always going to start off with the daily. Okay, the daily is going to be our eyes, it's going to be our bread and butter. We're going to be able to get a global, broad view perspective of everything and see the real trend. Okay, we don't want to be too cooped up on the smaller time frames, on the 5 minute. Okay, because the 5 minute is telling a whole different story. On the 5 minute, it's looking bearish over here. Okay, but if I hop on my daily, for the past decade, we've been going in a straight upwards direction. Okay, so being on the smaller time frames, it's going to be a trap. Okay, I'm not going to say that the smaller time frames are going to be irrelevant. I won't say that. Okay, but after you analyze your daily and your 4-hour time frames, you find the trade that you want, then okay, you can be like, all right, cool, you know what, let me go ahead and hop on the smaller time frames and just go ahead and verify everything there too. Okay, that's going to help everything incorporate into one big picture. Okay, help all of our trades work within a linear sense and make sure that all the information we see on one chart is relating to the information we see on the other chart. Okay, so yeah, that's going to go ahead and be that here. Okay, so paying attention here, we can see price isn't at all-time highs yet. Okay, so especially when I'm playing the stock market, okay, I'm going to be looking for the area of resistance above current price to be tapped or broken. Okay, because I know that especially within the crypto, stock market, or any chart, okay, I could be trading natural gas, crude oil, doesn't matter, any chart cannot progress in an upwards direction until it breaks an area of resistance or it breaks an area of support, okay, above current price. Okay, so it has to either break an area of resistance above current price or it has to break an area of support above current price. Okay, and that's the only way price can continue. Okay, so I always know that the goal of any stock market or crypto or anything like that, especially that moves within a very bullish sense, which means that the price continuously makes higher lows, which means that each heavy low that it makes, especially each low of support, is going to be higher than the previous one. Okay, that's going to let me know that, okay, people are fiending to buy the lows, people are fiending to buy the dips. Okay, and when people are buying the dips, that lets me know that people are interested in it. When people are interested in it, that lets me know that it has value. Okay, so you can clearly see that each one of these lows, price is still going up, even though a quote unquote crash, like some people would like to call it, would occur. Okay, all it is price finding a new low just so people can go ahead and sell. And all it is people who got in all the way over here and all the way over here taking profit. So yeah, they're about to take some bread off. No one's going to just hold forever. We're not on this earth forever. We're going to take some of that profit and go ball. Okay, no, I'm trolling. We're going to take some of that profit, be disciplined with it, be responsible, and then we're going to go ball. So yeah. So cool. So in this instance here, we're going to look for an area of resistance above current price to be touched. Okay, because one, I know Apple doesn't want to be capped at $258 a share forever. It's a big company. They didn't work this hard. They're trying to be the biggest. Okay, there's some companies with way higher share values than that. Microsoft is at 510. They're trying to catch up. Okay, and in order for that to happen, resistances have to be broken. Okay, resistances have to be broken. Okay, so let's talk about it. So starting off with my daily time frame here, I like to go ahead and look for either an area of resistance above current price. Okay, so take this area of resistance over here, for example. Okay, to be broken. Okay, after I analyze the entry that I want, so if I'm looking for a long trade, which means I want price to go in upwards direction, I'm going to play an upwards trend. Okay, then I'm going to wait for either A. Okay, this is going to be example A. Okay, and then we're going to go over example B. But example A is when I'm waiting for an area of resistance above current price, okay, to be broken and turn into support. Okay, there are so many stocks that you literally just have to be patient and just play the one where it occurs. Okay, so let's talk about it. So I like to look for the area of resistance above current price, take this heavy area right here. This area works because I can see price literally curled up to it. Okay, and then fall all the way down. Okay, it fell over 100, like almost 100 points. Okay, down from this area of resistance, from this one area here. So yeah, price needs to try and tap here and break this for sure. This is a crazy area. So let's check it out. So we want price to go ahead and tap it. Now I'm gonna hop on my 4-hour time frame. So I can see the area of resistance over here, a little cleaner on my 4-hour. Got a little double top here. I can see, okay, price definitely might want to interact with this area. Okay, let's go and let's check it out. So I can wait for price to break this area, okay, of resistance. Okay, I'm not going to get in at the breakout personally. I'm going to wait for the area of resistance to be broken and turn it to support. And then I'm going to take it up to the next area of resistance above current price. Okay, and that's just how I'm going to take it. Okay, and then you play your stop loss within your risk management. If you're playing forex or futures or whatever, if you're an options trader, then your stop loss should be your contract. Okay, whatever your contract is your stop loss. Okay, but forex and futures traders, your stop loss is going to be dependent on you, your account size, and it's not going to always be exact. Okay, but I recommend you do play with the big stop loss, and you can just also use this tool too, called the risk to reward ratio tool. Okay, so if I put down the long position, okay, from the entry, put the green top box, which is going to represent the take profit. Take profit is going to be an area where we close at, okay, and where we close at is where we're going to get our money at. Okay, so you can go ahead and put this out, and you can go ahead and put like your stop loss at like a 1 to 2. So this is going to mean that your money is going to double. Okay, and if your money goes underneath the 1 to 2, then you close. Okay, so if money or if price goes underneath this orange line after it crosses the orange line up here, okay, then it'll go ahead and close. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll change the color of this, make it black. We'll go magenta. Now we'll go yellow. All right, but yeah, so price will try and break past this area here. Okay, and yeah, and if it doesn't break your stop loss and it hits your take profit, you're good. Go ahead and take 50% of whatever you made, put it back into your account, take the other 50%, put it in your bank account. Whatever that percentage is, or whatever that amount is, okay, take 30% of whatever you withdrew, put it in your tax account. Okay, please put your money away for taxes. Because once you start balling, once you start becoming a millionaire, you don't want to be stressing like, oh man, how do I do this? Like, no, you already have your flow set up. So just get used to putting your money away and reinvesting into other things as well too, to make your profit be making you profit at all times. So you don't have to just always rely on day trading. And my take profit is going to be this area of resistance above current price. Because once again, I know price is going to try and hunt the area of resistance in order to progress. So I have this area of resistance up here. Okay. Go ahead and put this area of resistance up here. And price right here decided to also create resistance. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put down here this area of resistance. I'm going to my 4 hour. Okay. I can see at this area, price decided to short from the same area right here. And I can see price now breaking out. Okay. This is going to be one of the examples that we're going to potentially be able to use of break and retest. Okay. One of the big examples we're going to be able to use of break and retest. Okay. So if price decides to come back down and turn this area of resistance into support, I'm taking it back up. Okay. Taking it back up, and my take profit would be something like this resistance up here. And then after this could potentially be the resistances up here, maybe right here, and then all-time highs. Let me zoom in on these. So then this resistance and area of support. This area of resistance, and then all-time highs. So these are why all the take profits are going to be set here. So I set my take profits based on the strong levels I see above current price. Okay. So when I see strong levels, okay, being reacted off of over and over and over and again, okay, I can be like, okay, this whole area is going to be extremely, extremely useful. Okay. And that's how I set the take profits. Okay. So that's how you want to do it. So let's go over another example. Okay. Of example B. Okay. So example B, I like to go ahead and wait for pullbacks. Okay. So pullbacks, once again, is going to be when you're waiting for an area of resistance below current price. Okay. So instead of example A, where we're waiting for an area of resistance above current price to be broken and turn into support, you can wait for an area of resistance below current price to be broken. Okay. And it already has been because it's below current price, and wait for it to just go back down there, turn it to support, and take it back up. And if you see that, you can go ahead and take your trade. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over another example here. Okay. Let's talk about when not to trade again. All-time highs. Okay. Only way you can trade all-time highs is with the example B. This is why trading is not going to always be linear. Okay. So example A is not going to always be able to be played. At all-time highs, there's no areas of resistance above the current price. It's at all-time highs already. Okay. So you can't do example A. So this is when example B is going to have to be played. Okay. A lot of ETFs and stuff like that trend in a very heavy direction, but this is how you play pullbacks. Okay. Go to your 4 hour time frame. Okay. Look at the areas of resistances below current price and go ahead and just add some lines. Okay. So I can see this area of resistance here being reacted off of a lot. Okay. And the price decides to short down. Okay. And then I have this area of resistance here. And guess what? Price already broke a retest right here. We like that one area of here, resistance into support. So yeah, we're definitely excited about that. So that's going to be another area that's going to be exciting too. Okay. Yeah, then from there, also have this area down here. Okay. This area of resistance down here. Okay. And you could just go ahead and see and just wait if price wants to react to any of these areas. Okay. And you're just wanting to wait to see if price wants to give you a pullback to these areas. and then you're gonna go ahead and catch the sweep right back up. Okay. So if price wants to bounce here, fine. But if it wants to crash, fine. If it wants to bounce here, fine. If it wants to crash, fine. We'll try here. And this could be the sweep all the way back up. Okay, and that's bands. So sometimes the deeper the sweep, the better. Okay, all that just means we get more bread in real life through our business or whatever we're doing. So then we can buy an even further contract or make sure we have enough money to hold for longer. Okay, take this example here for Meta. Sometimes too, I like to do the trend lines too. If I don't play break and retest, trend lines are also going to be an okay way, but break and retest is going to always be like a good way. Because here I can see on break and retest, price turning this area of resistance here into support. Okay, and price is coming down here to try and test it again, and we'll see if we want to come all the way up here. But even if I were to draw this area of resistance up here and just draw the trend line diagonally, I can come over here and see once price got above the trend line, okay, I don't even have to get in on the breakout. Okay, I can actually play break and retest even with trend lines to the original place. Okay, so I can wait for the trend line to be broken, and the price decided to retest off of it, and it would go up in an upwards direction. Now we're falling back down, seeing if it wants to hold, and we'll go back up again. Okay, so that's going to be model number C. Okay, model number C is going to work out too whenever price is definitely trending in an upwards direction. And my take profit for model number C is going to be the area of resistance where I even drew the trend line from in the first place. Okay, so very, very clean and important area here. Costco. Okay, check this out. Okay, support and validation. Okay, this is also going to be we'll call this model number D. Okay, support and validation. So sometimes price has an area of support above it. Okay, and if price breaks past it, that's going to be a good trade. Okay, that also counts as a breakout. I call that support and validation. Okay, because support has a chance to be turned into resistance, but if price decides to just run through it, okay, then that's going to be a good trade. Okay, especially if you see break and retest off the support too. I call this inverse break and retest, model number C. So check this out. I'm on my 4-hour here too. I can see price decided to create this area of support down here. Okay, and then price decide to break in an upwards direction here. Okay, so if price decides to come back down and give me another bounce at this blue line, this is also going to count as a pullback. Okay, and then I could definitely go ahead and take it up to the area of resistance, maybe like here. Okay, so I call this a support mirror, okay, and inverse. So as we can see, price was over here. It was underneath the support. But as you can see, you see why price decided to break out super duper heavy, because it broke past the support. So whenever price breaks above an area of support, it has a chance to come down to the area of support again and turn that previous area of support into retest. Okay, so this model is some real game right here. Okay, and just really seeing and studying this model is really just going to put us in a good position, inshallah. Okay, if God wills, for sure. Okay, so knowing how the market works and fluctuates in all models, you're just gonna have a really just good lethal eye for the markets. You're gonna be like, okay, I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm confident. Okay, and personally, once again, no matter what I'm doing, even if it's an inverse, just above current price resistance, I don't care. Okay, I like to personally wait for my setup to happen. Okay, I'm not eager to trade anything out of my zone. I'm not eager to ever trade the breakout. I'm a break and retest trader. Okay, so take these two areas of support right here being reacted off of. Okay, let me go ahead and delete this. Okay, so we have this area of resistance up here being reacted off of with this area of resistance. Okay, what happened? Okay, my bad. But yeah, so that area of resistance got reacted off of with this area of resistance. Okay, and then price, we can see, wants to progress. It's not about to just keep shorting here. It's not going to do this. This is dead. It's not about to do this. And even if it did, one day, inshallah, it'll break. One day. They can drop the best product of all time, and it'll try and break. Okay? So boom. Then I can see on my daily time frame here clearly. I'm like, okay, my take profit could either be this area of support, okay, in case it wants to turn into resistance, okay, just because I see the resistance is a little high. Okay, if you notice the resistance is really high up, it'll try and meet it still, but I think that sometimes it's just safer to do the support, depending on how long you have on the contract too, because sometimes it's not easy to afford like the months and months and months out. So you can just trade for a week out, 2 weeks out, and keep running your trades like that. Okay. So boom. So right here, resistance turn into support. Okay. Or we're gonna be waiting for resistance to be turning into support. And then and then up here, it's gonna be our take profit because the support's right here. And the support can have a chance to turn into resistance. Okay. So it's just about being patient, studying the setup, okay, and marking our levels cleanly. Okay, then I have this area right here. Then I have this area of resistance up here. Okay. And about taking our time, marking our setups, okay, making sure we're just being patient. Right here, right here. Okay. And even right here. Okay, I can see this area of support turn into resistance. Okay, important area. This is why I mean sometimes support's going to be a good take profit, especially when you see support and take profit, because the resistance is way all the way up here. Okay, so sometimes the support is going to be the better take profit, depending on how long you want to wait for the trade and whether or not you want to eat the reversal or not. Okay, now I can go to my daily time frame and I can see every single bottom being hit. Okay, sometimes this is why we go on our 4-hour too. You can see how the candlesticks invisible. Okay, that's because there's no extended trading hours on the daily time frame. It's the daily. So that's why we need to go on the hourly time frame and see the real action. So after we get on our daily time frame, analyze everything, make sure you go to your 4-hour time frame and make sure everything is how you need it to be. Okay, make sure you verify your setup. You can't just be on one time frame. And then I like to even go to my 30-minute time frame and see everything there too. Okay, make sure all my lines are working out, reactions, make sure there's nothing weird I'm missing. Okay, clear example of break and retest right here, very clean. Area of support, breakout, and then price decided to retest. And then price decided to trickle in a downward direction. So very, very clean, very important, and just great areas to go ahead and study. Okay. So support right here got turned into resistance. So that's why that's an area of take profit. Price might want to tap this area of resistance again and sweep all the way down. Okay, and then maybe stop right here and then maybe go up. Okay, maybe fall again back down to this support. Okay, so it doesn't matter. As long as you have all these levels, you're good. As long as you have all the levels, you're good. It ultimately doesn't even matter which way the state of the economy is or the direction, whatever. As long as you know how to trade with the trend, you're going to be good. Okay, even in the downtrend example, you still just trade support into resistance. Especially on the stock market, it's not going to be a lot of areas of that. Okay, but even right here, for example, take Tesla. I did this with a student. Take this area of resistance. Let me get on my daily. Okay. Take this area of resistance here. Okay, price decided to blast once it got past these two areas of resistances right here. One area here, and then another area here. And then price decided to blast in an upwards direction. If I go to my 4-hour time frame, check it out. So if I put my cursor on the top of the resistance here, I can go ahead and see that the resistance got broken and turn into pro support. Okay. And then price decided to continue in upwards direction. We went ahead and smashed the take profit all the way up here. Smashed this take profit here. Okay, just smashed them all. Okay, and price kept going in upwards direction. Okay. This hit in like 3 days, but yeah, a month to like 3 weeks to like 5 months is like typically what I do. I do want to start playing leaps though, which are contracts that are like over a year. So ideally, but that's just to like build capital. Some leaps can be very expensive, but they're almost guaranteed though, because even if you're in drawdown, like it's a stock market and crypto market. As long as you have time, inshallah, recovery will happen. So it's like you're just buying money. And especially when you know how to use that with technical analysis, it's lethal. It can be really, really, really lethal when you're just buying far out contracts, sitting on your bread and knowing when to buy. Even for forex or anything like that, when you know how to buy at the right time, invest at the right time, what to invest into, can be extremely, extremely lethal. You can start seeing your wealth grow substantially. So cool.